Welcome to the Epirus Campaign for Et Impera 1.2.7. I want to start with an apology in the sense that I messed up the video in the last part. I actually accidentally truncated the key battle of that video. So what I've actually done is release part 9A, which is a video that simply covers that battle. So if you want to see that battle, I suggest watching video 9A. And it's quite an interesting battle because it's the first real field battle of pikeline against pikeline. And I think what made the real difference in that battle was the ability of the elephants to get behind, because they tore up the Medhlan front lines. Now, before I get into the main focus of this video, which is going to be taking Medhlan, and we're probably going to have a 3-army attack because this settlement's got 19 garrison and a full, pretty powerful lineup of infantry. So we're going to have to go in with all 3 armies. That's going to make life a little bit difficult, and that means that this will be the focus of the entire video. But I feel that we need to kind of take this settlement in order to complete this Cisalpine province here, which is quite key. Now, before that, I want to talk about a couple of comments which people have put in, and these are quite frequent comments. And so what I want to do is spend a little bit of time explaining them. These comments relate to population. Now, I've often get comments from people saying, what's the best buildings to build, and how are you able to recruit in newly conquered settlements? Now, what I want to say, and this is very important, that when you are expanding your empire, culture is king, is the way to describe it when it comes to being able to take regions which then have a strong population. And what I'll do is I'll explain the mechanic here so I can put it into context. When I first took Patavium, if we click on here, and if I show you the culture here, the culture was primarily Celtic, and you can see what's happened is that the culture up here has converted to 43% Hellenic. And that means that when I take Medhlan up here, I mean, we can't see the population here, unfortunately. I don't think we can. No, it won't give us the... I think it actually gives us the stats. Yes, it does. It actually gives us the stats. You'll see here that the population is quite strong, but it's predominantly Celtic. Culture works at the province level. What should happen is that when we take that settlement, a good proportion of the population will convert to Hellenic. That would mean that we won't be starting from scratch. But the key factor is that when you're expanding into regions and provinces that you want to take, never loot or raise. I know a lot of people say there's a great benefit in cash, and I've done it a couple of times in this series, but you only really want to loot or raise if you are really desperate for cash. Because the problem with looting or raising is that you destroy the entire population, even those members of the population that are of your culture. In fact, the way to look at it is that all the population flees away from the war and become refugees in modern parlance. So the key factor is that when you're expanding into regions that you want to take, always capture. And also pay great attention to your culture. So, for example, when I pushed out in Patavium, the first thing I did was I brought up and kept my agents up here to start converting the culture, because even if it takes 10 or 20 turns to take the whole province, all the time you're holding these settlements, the culture's growing. That makes it easier to capture and stabilize the other cultures in these area. Now, other factors that relate to population growth is public order. If you can keep the public order really high, the population growth grows. If I come back down to Retim, because if I show you Rome here, you'll see that the actual culture in this province is actually lower than it is up here, for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. But if you actually look at the cultural conversion, it says 7 from characters, 2 from buildings. But of course, what I'm up against in this province is I've got a strong presence of Italic from the Etruscan League, and of course I've still got 30% influence from Rome. So at the moment, only a third of the population is converting to Hellenic. This is one of the issues, that converting culture in a province that had a very strong presence of a foreign culture can be a bit of a slow process. This is why you need to work hard at the culture. Now, if I click on Arretium, which is and then I show you the population here, you'll see the population is quite strong. The reason for that is that the culture was pretty good when I took Arretium, and you can see the way it actually grows. And if I move over to here, this gives you a breakdown of how the population is growing. And if you see down there, it says region majority culture 1%. For each of 1% for tier 1 and tier 2 citizens, and then 1.5 to tier 3 citizens. And you'll see it's actually reducing for tier 4, which are the foreigners, or barbaroi as it says at the top there. That's the reason, is that's the culture that's converting. But you can see above that, the second most important factor with respect to population growth, that is region supplies. Now if I come over to here, okay, they've changed it. What you see here is I've got supply production of 25, high fertility, summer, faction storage. I've got supplies in that region. That's what makes population grow, again, a lot faster than buildings does. And this is something you need to remember, and this also relates to the poor regions in the cold north and the desert. Supplies in those regions tend to be very weak, and if you've got negative supplies, then your population growth can drop very, very quickly. And that leads on to probably one of the biggest ways that you can damage the population. That is food shortages. If you get a food shortage in your overall empire, that can have a 2-3% reduction in population right across the board. Never get food shortages in your empire as well. Always keep the food positive, look after your supplies, and if you look down the bottom, you'll see that the effect of buildings is relatively marginal compared to having the majority culture and the faction culture. You can see there's actually 2 benefits from culture in that growth reason. That is the reason why, for really developing your populations, culture is really important. And this is why when you take the first region of a new province, it pays to really pump the culture in. If necessary, if the culture is completely alien, one of the first buildings you need to get in is a temple. Get that conversion going, and then once you've got that, it makes the other regions easier to capture. Now, something else that's a little bit more subtle and something that you need to be aware of is the cultures that are around you. Because if you're playing right down over here in Greece or Asia Minor, what you'll find is that a lot of the cultures down here, especially if you're playing Hellenic, are very similar. That makes taking settlements very, very easy. So, I mean, so an example here, if we look at the Anatolian League, they're Hellenic. Macedonians are Hellenic. Athens is Hellenic. So taking this area is going to be relatively easy because, and again, it emphasizes the reason never to loot or raise, because you effectively, by coming down through into this area here, you can quite literally just take over these settlements with very little population loss. Now, another more subtle feature is the fact that over here is Massilla. Massilla is also Hellenic, and for a little while Massilla held Genoa. Now what actually happens is when an AI faction takes over a settlement, even if that settlement is completely of a different culture, they get quite a big boost to their cultural influence. And that actually explains why the culture in this settlement is actually 43%. Therefore, Massilla coming in here and taking this settlement before I came and took it actually did me a little bit of a favour. So we better get on with the main focus of this video, which is to attack Medhlan. And what I want to do first is see if I can find the second army that went out. So it's kind of out there. Of course, we're going to have to declare war to go here. As far as I know, there'll be no consequences. We've got no treaties with them. They've got no allies, so we're going to initiate diplomacy. We're going to declare war. What I've got over here is this army. So we've got a relatively weak army here, actually. A bit of a mistake here. Can we get any mercenaries? I wouldn't mind. Oh, these guys are expensive, though. What have they got? They've got a predominantly infantry army there. What's the garrison? It's all infantry. So I think what we're going to do is send you in. And of course it's going to say you've got no chance. Continue the siege. I'm going to bring you up right behind. And we're not going to bring this army in yet. What I'm going to try and do is let these guys chance their arm. So build a light gallery. Okay, we're just going to build one of these. Continue the siege. What I would like them to do is come out and attack us because they think they've got the edge. Because even with the two armies, they will feel that they can actually come out and attack us. I mean, it's a bit of a risk, but I'm pretty sure we can win this if they sally out. Famous last words. Of course, we've got some research to do. I can't remember what do we want here. I think I would like. Where is it? No, we've got the tier 3 buildings now, and we've got that there. Fortified hub. That's quite nice actually. Fortified town. This is level 4 though, but we don't really need that. My instinct is to get here, get that empire maintenance. So we're going to go there. We've got a bit of money to spend. I think if I'm over here, Rome, I would really like to take Rome up, but it's only -2. I think if we take up, that's going to be all my money though. Anything else that, well, we nearly finished that. Yeah, I think we really need to take up Rome. What I'd like it to make it is into a economic powerhouse. So don't really feel I need to fortify Rome. So I think we need commercial Rome. Is this one? I think that will make a big difference. That's all we can do. So we're just going to go for an end turn and see if they're going to take the bait. They've taken the bait. This is going to be interesting, putting it mildly. But I think we can win this. So we're going to fight on the battlefield. And of course they're going to have to attack us, so we can take up a pretty strong defensive line. So we've got an open field battle. Reinforcements are coming in from over here. They're going to have to attack us, so we're going to take up a little bit of a militia stand back here. Slingers there. Infantry there. What we got left? We got some. Actually, we'll put you on the end of the front line, like that. Actually, a little bit back further. Slingers. We got the there. Slingers out there. They got no cav, so that threat is pretty mitigated. And we're not going to rush up that way. And any of these guys, I mean, you've got a little bit of. Yes, thank you, game. Just get the front line moving forward. Bring the generals together. Okay, here they come. Quarantines out that way. We're probably going to need quite a fair amount of infantry onto this side. Actually, bring guys here. Slingers over there. Just, I mean, they're going to take a little while to warm up their front line as well, actually. 3 sets of slingers on that side. 4 sets of slingers on this side. Right. Got the generals. Split the cav up to this way. It's the cav that's going to win this battle for us. You out there. Start forming up this front line. Who's moving in? Go on. Start forming the front line. Italian spearmen can go on this end. They were. You guys over there. You're in position. We're actually in disarray at the moment, so we could be in trouble. Okay. Right, the swordsman there. Slingers come out that way. Okay, we're gonna have to kind of compromise with this formation. Okay. Hopefully they're gonna pause long enough for militia fall back. You guys just come into this position. Okay, this flank is exposed.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
You come onto this flank now.
Yes, Commander. Orders. Ready.
About to clash. Okay, get these guys back into the center. A little bit of a gap there. We need to plug. Cab out that way. General, where's my other general? Wait, where are you? Let's start to turn these round.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Yeah, we're starting to get the front line now. I'm getting a bit happier now. Slingers. Hellenic Royal Cavalry. So let's just get you guys out that way.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Generals out this way. Bring these guys out here. Okay, they're coming in now. This could be expensive. Bring these guys forward. Bring these guys out so they can fire into their rear. We're going to need the elephants are our secret weapon. And they're going to kind of come out here. Okay. How are we doing? We holding the center. Okay. Swordsmen push on.
Melee infantry ready. Six dominate. Orders understood.
The slingers in. You pull away. Not quite ready yet to commit the elephants.
Swordsmen. Your orders. Hellenic Royal Cavalry.
General, you stay here. You keep in close. Right.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay. Not sure what you're doing back there. Right, these guys are exposed on this flank.
Hellenic Royal Cavalry.
Ready. Understood.
Right, we're taking some losses in the front line. That's to be
Units has used all its
expected.
ammunition.
Melee infantry. Hellenic Royal Cavalry. Missile infantry ready.
Keep fire into the backs of these. You guys start now to push into these. Get in amongst their missile troops. And
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Ready and waiting.
these guys have gone. Slingers pull back. You,
Our general is under attack.
yeah.
Ready and waiting. Slingers. Italian swordsmen.
Okay, the elephants are in.
Slingers. Take aim.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay.
Cavalry. Missiles awaiting targets.
You guys up here.
Pike infantry at your command.
Pike infantry.
Understood. As you command. Ready. Advance.
You guys pull away. Wait, don't you want these Tarantines in?
Hellenic Royal Cavalry. Missile infantry ready.
Missile infantry.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Elephants pull out. Okay, we're in amongst them.
Royal Cavalry. Pikes ready. Italian swordsmen.
Okay, these guys are breaking. Elephants back in again.
By your command.
Tarantines come in. Okay, we're in amongst them.
Italian cavalry.
You guys switch the focus onto them.
Field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Okay, these guys are breaking. That's unfortunate.
Hellenic Royal Cavalry.
Probably who are you? Oh, no, that's the opposition that's breaking.
Heavy cavalry ready and willing.
Now we need to weaken them down a little bit as well. Elephants this way. You keep firing into those. General, time for you to fire another one of these.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Italian spearmen.
Armored elephants for glory.
There's the elephants going in.
Royal Cavalry.
Ha. Wait, we need to get rid of these guys.
Brave ready for orders. Italian swordsmen.
We're kind of winning the open field battle.
Mandata tua. Hellenic Royal Cavalry.
Clinic, General, oops. Oh, they're getting a bit of a break here.
Riders at the double.
Um,
Yours to command.
detach some of that cavalry.
This is a shameful display.
Okay. Oh, wait, pull away.
Advance at speed! Italian swordsmen! Swords, as you command! Ready for orders! Orders! On for
It's becoming a bit of a scrum here. I think these guys have probably killed enough of my own troops, actually.
Canteen cavalry!
You take these guys out. Elephants. Bring in the infantry that side. Who's taking... Get some of these guys out of...
Our men flee the field of battle.
You get them.
Shameful display.
Okay. I say we do need to damage these as much as possible. Oops, sorry, losing the camera again.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Right, there's a...
Italian spearmen! Hellenic Royal Cavalry!
You
Riders advance!
got medium phalanx units here.
Elephants!
Elephants are in the backs of those.
Melee infantry! Break the lines! Italian swords!
Okay,
We await your command!
you into the backs of those.
Swords!
Get in nice and close so we can see what's going on. Continue. We need to wipe up as
The
much.
enemy general is
Yep.
dead.
Okay, any cavalry doing nothing?
Canteen cavalry!
You...
Commander!
Wow. Get into the troops over here. Don't need to die. Where's my cav? Okay, you're up there doing nothing. You're probably too far away to contribute to. I want you in amongst this lot. You as well. So we're just going to let this run out. Elephants. Who are you chasing? It's expensive, but then I was expecting it to be expensive. Those guys are getting away. I don't think I've got anybody nearby that can... I don't know if you can kind of make a contribution. I think you guys have kind of... Okay, just guess if we can get this last little lot. We'll just kill these and that would be the end of the first battle. Watch the general get in amongst these guys. Yeah. We're in amongst them. They should go down really quickly. Yeah. We can wipe this unit out. Well, they're fighting hard, but they're dying. We got left here. Okay, I think that's it. Quick battle. End battle. We lost 1,677. A couple of our units took quite a lot of damage, especially this army at the front. That's partly due to the fact that it took time to get these units into position. But you can see here we killed 7,096. Of course, we can't see the stats for the other army, but I can imagine what the kill rate amongst the cavalry and the elephants were. See, we completely destroyed this army, which is what I wanted to do. Heroic victory. Of course, we're kill the captives. Yeah, I mean, this garrison is completely wrecked.
Is that all?
Of course, we got finish off the intern. Okay, you've got an increase in rank. Hidden agent exposed. Child is born. Child is born. Just going to come in here.
At your command.
Yeah. Quite badly damaged.
For glory
And of course, what I'd like to do, ideally, is just merge these units up so that we don't lose any. We'll probably lose that guy. In fact, I think what we'll do is, and you're going to break the siege and pull away, because I don't think there's much left in this garrison now. So
Commander.
you're gonna pull back to here.
Ready for battle.
You're gonna come in.
Settlement. At your
Actually,
command. To battle.
and you're gonna retreat
Commander.
back.
Advance.
And then what we'll do is we'll give the honours to this guy.
Take this settlement.
He's got a full strength army, and we're just going to auto resolve this. Decisive victory. That gives this guy some experience as well. And we've now captured Medhlan with virtually no casualties whatsoever.
Ready for battle.
And we've got only going to want to convert you. Reservoir. What can we convert you to? An amphora maker and a brick dryer. I'm not really interested in that at the moment. Meeting grounds. We've got. We don't actually have a. Yeah. I'd like to convert this to a library. I would like slave trader. Okay. Traveller's Lodge, Grain Market. I think we'll have that to start with. Meeting ground. I'm kind of debating on value of. I generally don't like building barracks in settlements, and it's tier 2. Let's see. We've got a barracks down here, haven't we? I don't really feel the need for a barracks there. We got a glass trader. Although this will give me extra garrison here, won't it? Okay, I think we're going to stick with the barracks in the short term. Gives me the full strength army here.
Ready for battle.
This army really needs to pull back, and I think we're probably going to need to rebuild it in the next part. This guy is a little bit beat up, but he should be enough to defend Genoa in the short term. Eventually they will get a heal up. So we've now got Medhlan, and let's see what else have we got. Construction report. The food is on the improvement. Province under our control. That means we probably got the option to put an edict in here. No, we haven't. Okay, so we used up all our edicts. Let's see. Yeah, we got 2 edicts. Champions. Got 4 out of 6 armies still. Now, one of my concerns is the fact that down here, Carthage is kind of sieging Syracuse at the moment, but they're doing it with their usual kind of diddy little army. But we've only got a small army down here. So my instinct is to move this army down to possibly down to this area for the moment while it refurbishes, so that if Carthage pushes into here, take Syracuse, this might be the next direction for us to expand, is to come through here and take Syracuse back from Carthage. But that'd be quite a major siege. Let me see. I don't think we can do anything else here, because I don't want to push out through the Alps here until we've really consolidated this position, because that will make things really good. Let's have a look at there. Yeah, what we should now is have, yeah, we've got really strong positive public order here now. This guy is Who are you? You're the Nervi. We're at war with the Nervi. Where are you? They're actually at war with Masilla. I mean, we may get some problems with those, but we've got a full stack army defending a fortified settlement, so that could be a problem. What we might be able to do is do army sabotage wise, just kind of. And of course, the next turn will be winter, so failed to sabotage. Thank you, game. So what we're going to do now is just have a quick look. Yeah, we got these guys got because they won a heroic battle. Is a technicality, but I think we're with the public order and a little bit of empire maintenance as well. I mean, this army is never going to really go on the serious offensive. And I think that is about it. It's just one of these. This is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we'll be consolidating this area and keeping an eye on Carthage. But until then, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.